This happened to me about a year ago when I was still living with my older brother. It was just a normal weekday, nothing unusual at all. I got home from work around 6, 8, watched a couple YouTube videos, just trying to unwind. My brother worked night shifts, so by around 9:30 he was already getting ready to leave. I remember walking him to the front door like I usually did. We talked for maybe a minute, nothing important, just random stuff. Then he stepped out, and I locked the door behind him. That part matters, because I always double check. I don't just close it, I actually turn the lock, pull the handle, and make sure it's secure, so I know it was locked. After that, I went to my room, and just laid on my bed, scrolling through my phone. My door was closed, but not locked or anything. Everything felt normal, say until around 11. I heard something. It wasn't loud, just a small sound, like something in the kitchen shifting slightly. At first, I didn't think anything of it. I figured maybe I left something too close to the edge of the counter, or something fell. So I just kept watching my video. Then about a minute later, I heard it again. This time I paused my phone and just listened. Nothing. The house was completely quiet. That silence honestly made it easier to brush it off, so I just kind of laughed to myself and went back to what I was doing. Then I heard a cabinet close. Not slam, not loud, just a normal, quiet close, like someone using it. That's when I froze. I just sat there staring at my door, because now there was no way to explain it. I didn't want to go check. I didn't even want to move. After maybe 20 seconds, I got up anyway, slowly walked to my door, and opened it just a little. The hallway light was off. Everything outside my room was completely dark. I stood there, just listening. And then I heard it. A slow step. Like someone walking, but trying not to. I shut my door immediately and locked it. At that point, my heart was beating so fast it actually hurt. I grabbed my phone and texted my brother. "Did you come back?" No response. Then I heard something right outside my door. The floor creaked, and then the doorknob moved, just slightly, once. I backed away slowly, trying not to make a sound. Whoever was out there didn't try again. After a few seconds, I heard footsteps moving away. Then, maybe a minute later, I heard the front door open, and close. I stayed in my room for at least 15 minutes before calling my brother. He answered immediately and said he was still at work. We called the police. They checked the whole house, but didn't find anyone. Nothing was stolen either. Everything was exactly how I left it, except for one thing. One of the kitchen cabinets was open. And I know for a fact, I didn't leave it like that. This happened during a ride I took home from a friend's place. It wasn't even that late, maybe around 10:30. I ordered the ride like usual, and when the driver pulled up, everything seemed normal. He didn't really say anything, which isn't unusual. I got in the back seat and just went on my phone. The first few minutes were completely fine. We were on the usual road. Nothing felt off. Then I noticed we passed the turn we normally take. I didn't say anything at first. Sometimes drivers take different routes to avoid traffic or whatever. But then we kept going, longer than normal. So I leaned forward a bit and asked, "Is this way faster?" He just said, "Yeah." That was it. Something about the way he said it felt off. Not wrong exactly, just empty. So I checked my phone, and the map showed we were going a completely different way. That's when I started paying attention. We turned onto a road I didn't recognize. There weren't many streetlights, hardly any cars. I asked again, "Are you sure this is the right way?" This time, he didn't answer. He just kept driving. That silence made everything worse. I reached over and tried opening the door slightly. It didn't open. That's when I realized the child lock was on. My stomach dropped. I didn't panic, but everything in my body got tense. I pulled out my phone and sent my friend my location. Then I said out loud, trying to sound casual, "Yeah, I'm almost home. I see you outside." I don't even know why I said that. I just needed him to think someone was waiting for me. Right after that, he slowed down and then turned back toward the main road. No explanation, nothing. The rest of the ride was completely silent. When we got close to my street, I told him to stop early. I got out immediately, didn't even wait. I walked straight to my house. Only when I got inside did I look back. His car was still there, just sitting. For a few seconds. Then he drove off. Maybe it was nothing. But that whole ride didn't feel right. This happened while I was staying at my cousin's place. He was out of town for a few days, so I was just there by myself. It's a pretty quiet area, not much going on at night. That night, I was just in the living room watching TV. Around midnight, I heard a knock at the door. Not loud, just a normal knock, which is what made it weird. Nobody comes around that late over there. I muted the TV and just sat still for a second. Then it happened again. I got up and walked to the door, but I didn't open it. I looked through the peephole. There was a guy standing there, just standing, not knocking anymore. I asked, "Who is it?" No response. He just stood there. Then after a few seconds, he turned and walked away. I waited a bit, then went back to the couch, but I couldn't focus on the TV anymore. So about 10 minutes later, I heard something from the back of the house, a light tapping sound. I turned the TV off completely. The house went silent. Then I heard it again. This time I knew it was coming from the back door. I didn't go all the way there. I just stood in the hallway listening. Then I heard the handle move, slowly, like someone trying not to make noise. I stepped back immediately. Then I heard a voice, quiet, right behind the door. "Open it." I didn't move, didn't respond. After a few seconds, it stopped. Then nothing, just silence. I stayed awake the entire night, didn't sleep at all. In the morning, I checked the back door. There were muddy footprints outside, right up to it. What bothers me is, if I had opened the front door the first time, I probably would have let him in myself. And just when I thought things like that couldn't get any worse, I got a message from an unknown number. It just said, "I see you." I tried calling it, didn't go through. Tried texting back, nothing, but every now and then. I still get messages from that number, no caller ID, no history, just random texts. Sometimes when I check my front door at night, I feel like someone's standing just outside the light, not close enough to see clearly, but close enough to know they're there. And the worst part is, I live on a busy street. People walk by all the time. So now I can't tell the difference anymore between someone just passing by and someone who's been watching me this whole time.